you going? All right. Yes. Oh my gosh. I was busy running around this morning trying to figure out where things were. Yeah, I saw that this morning about Ozzy Osbourne. Also, welcome in, Autistic. How you going? I hope you're having a lovely day. Yeah, I saw that Ozzy Osbourne had passed away, and I was like, oh, wow. It's like, I've never really been super into his music. In fact, like, I'm trying to remember what... Yeah, no, I would have to say no. I haven't really followed his music before. But I know he's been a music icon. So it's like, holy moly, the fact that he is just gone is something else. But it's good that he was able to get his farewell concert and everything. So that's something. This morning I was catching up on all the news and stuff. Hello, Rifty! How you going? So today we are making MTG tokens. Hey, Canadian! How's things? Do I have a spare? Yes. No? Oh dear. I have been a little bit disorganized this morning. You know what? We are using the other side of this. And apparently it comes with paint pre-prepared. This is fine. So, I am mostly set up. So, I have my water. My water lives. Yeah, I heard about Ozzy Osbourne about half an hour ago. His music wasn't my jam, but that man was a rock and roll legend. And so we got our palette. We're reusing a thing today. That's okay. Hey Lucas, how you going? Because I was busy finding out about the current VTuber news and stuff. Yeah. So I hope their family, you're at an amusement park. Oh my gosh, have fun. Oh my word. Yeah, the V Shoujo stuff. Oh my gosh. Cause like, like from what I can tell, with the V Shoujo stuff, I think they've only got like one talent left, if any. So I kind of looked up Mimikyu for this, like this fella. Wait, can we? Just lock down everything except Mimikyu so we can actually access this. Okay. So this is the creature that would... Oh yeah. You're watching a Japanese found footage movie. Neat. Yeah. From what I can tell, they are absolutely cooked. So I figure we take the Mimikyu design and then we make it look... Yeah, we're doing Mimikyu. And then we're putting an Eldrazi spin on it. So there's going to be like Eldrazi tentacles coming out. And then the Mimikyu costume is going to be ripping. And that's the vibe I want to go with. Yeah, voice to text be like that sometimes. So this first one, I figure the head can be like ripping off and then we can have tentacles coming out. And I'm drawing this super light so that the paint doesn't have a hard time with it. And therefore, we get Eldrazi horror tokens. And I think that'll be really cool. Or Eldrazi spawn tokens, either one. Mimikyu became a battle-scarred warrior. So that's the general shape. Wait, where am I going? There we go. That's the plan. That we're going with. I figure we start with... we're going to need something a little bit more tan. Do we have anything as a base to work with that's closer? No, I think... Oh my gosh. That is actually almost perfect for Mimikyu. Look at that. Okay, we're going to start with this. It's raining. Oh my word. Like, this is the first patch of sun I have had in so long. Wait, why is my mouth not working? One moment. Audio. My lip sync's turned off. And yeah. Haha, we have a mouth. Like, it's the first patch of sun I have had in so long. Like, the sun outside is doing the sunning and the shining, and I'm busy like, oh my word. Could we have more of this? Could we exist? Could we like lay down in the sunshine? The only thing is, it is barely above freezing, and I'm like, no thanks. I want to go the other way. Oh no. How did you get the voice laughs? Oh, a funny Helldiver themed statue? Cool. We're making a Mimikyu. Me and my friend tried, what's it called? Deep Rock Galactic? We... My mouth don't work. Yeah. The other day. We are making Mimikyus. So, you can see... There we go. And these... Deep Frog Galactic. Ribbit. And these are going to be turning into Eldrazi spawns. Eldrazi spawn tokens. So we can have a lot of fun with this. Honestly. So me and my friend have only just started playing, and so far it's been a vibe. And I'm really enjoying it. It's like, it's been a lot of fun. That being said, trying to keep track of what is going on has been a very interesting time. Like, I'd be going off and doing my thing. They'd be going off and doing their thing. And then suddenly bugs. Screaming songs for lyrics for the ages in the later hours. Yes. Yeah. Like, for me, I have no ability to actually figure out where I'm going when it comes to games. I am just forever going around in circles. That's why we have so many compasses in Minecraft, because I'm just forever being like, right, we've got a left here, we've got a right here. Do we have an up, a down, or something? Because like I do not know which way is what, and I'm just constantly being like, I do not know. There is something. We can accept there is a something, but I do not know what it is. And it ends up being quite the sadness. And like, just the sheer confusion of actually trying to figure out where I'm going can lead to ending up in some very strange places, depending on what the game is. Like, in Skyrim, half the time I'll end up just following the roads, because otherwise I will get super lost. And I'll just be like, right, I'm sure it was this way. And then I'll end up like going the completely wrong direction. And I'll just be like, oh no, it was the other way. I am regret. I am all the regret. We cannot go this way. Yeah, going ahead and having fun just singing along to a game can be a lot. Like, I don't know, it's almost like therapy, I'd say. Let's give you some of this. It's like just chilling and enjoying life in the game. You can end up with all sorts of fun times. Like, at the moment, I'm busy playing through a game called Void Train, which is a game that I've come back to several times. And basically, as long as the soundtrack's a bop. Yes, exactly. Like, I think Fallout 4 is a really good example of that. And at some point, I really need to go around and mod my Fallout 4 so that it actually plays without crashing. Because at the moment, like, whenever I try to play Fallout 4, it's just like, right. You want to actually play this game, right? No. It shall crash. 'Tis a sad day. It shall crash. Do not worry. Now, we want to mix. Did I put the green in here? Yeah. Like, my Fallout 4 just... It takes about an hour, and then the game crashes every time. And like, I originally brought the game when it was fairly new, and I was like, oh yeah, it's Bethesda. I just have to wait a couple of updates and it'll be right. I waited a couple of updates. It was not right. And by that point, I couldn't get a refund. And I was like, somebody is playing me for a fool. Ooh. Oh my word. That is looking so good. Oh my gosh, the ducks are amazing. Wait, is that Kitty Pryde? No. No, that's a Helldiver. For a minute there, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a Kitty Pryde. The only times you've had the game crash. Oh my word. Yeah, like, for me, Skyrim has always been super bug-free, and whenever I'd see bugs on the internet about it, I'd be like, oh, wow, these people, they must be treating their Bethesda-made game with some sort of strangeness. I've never had this issue. And, like, for me, and to be fair, the other thing is a frog. But we do not trust the frog. The frog is an illusion. It is a lie and an illusion. I have also wet my paint down a bit too much, I think. Or this is one of the cards that actually got something spilled on it while I was working on it. I suspect the latter. Maybe a problem. But like, Skyrim was the first modern game that I ever played. Speaking of Helldivers, when you and your partner were away in a small village, you found a secondhand shop that was selling custom-made Helldivers. Yeah, Kitty Pryde. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. That is a really cool helmet. 10 out of 10 would wear that. Like, I saw someone busy talking about Helldivers, what's it called? The Helldivers uniform, and the fact that it is an actually fairly practical uniform, and I was like, huh. Because you can actually get into and out of it. And it has pouches and things like that to actually store your stuff. So, all in all, it makes for a fairly decent experience. The dude didn't know where it was from. Oh my gosh. Yeah, democracy. Yeah. Like, not gonna lie, the Helldivers, what do you call it? The Helldivers ads and stuff, they go so hard. You found a dude doing a Helldivers cosplay? Oh my gosh. There's a bit at the back that kind of sticks inwards. I mean, there's ways around the bit at the back that goes inwards. Like, you could have it be in two parts. So, like, you can have a seal and a hinge. Or you can have a removable faceplate. What other ways? You got to wear his helmet! Oh, that's awesome! Like, it's really neat when cosplayers actually let you go ahead and try out their gear. Like, one time I was going around a con, and I got to stop off, and at the time I was cosplaying as Red Hood, because I I had like this cool brown jacket, and I was like, I have like 3 weeks to get a costume together and go to this, and my friends are all going in costume, so I want to go in costume. You held your saber and you wore his helmet. Heck yeah! Oh my gosh! Oh, that looks awesome! Neat! And like, his costume was like leagues more prepared than mine. And like, that being said, I got to use his guns, which made really cool popping sounds. I have no idea how that dude managed to get guns that made a pop past the cosplay bench, because generally speaking, even if your gun has like the orange thing or anything like that, you're not supposed to have a pop. Yeah, that armor is hella fancy. Oh my word. Do you mind if I post the individual picture of the Helldiver just for a little bit so we can all gawp at the amazing cosplay? Because that is so cool. Thank you. Wait, oh no. Where's my be right back? The moment the be right back is an axolotl. Bam! Like, look at this! Look at the braiding! Oh my gosh, I am in awe of the work of that. Like, oh, if it's an airsoft gun? Yeah, this is so cool! Like, we're getting distracted, and this is okay. And getting the flag to fly when the bands play, I don't blame you. Like, this looks so neat. Yes! Like, props to this person. Wherever they are, props to this person. This looks amazing. Ah, I love all the details. Yes, democratic, patriotic. Heck yeah. You have a pirate group and fly the Jolly Roger? Heck yeah. That's awesome. We need a black, and we need a gray. Now, is this gray lighter or darker? It is warmer. That's even worse. Oh, yes, please. Now, I figure we take some of the Mimikyu yellow and mix it to be a grey yellow. I think that'll be cool. That being said. We get our own mixing colour. So therefore, we don't cause any troubles. Yoink. So I figure we basically make all sorts of, what do you call them? basically the shadow background. It is all the trees just looking horrifying. Oh, cool. And hopefully we can just build it up from there. Some bushes. Oh. Your Uncle Roll owning a Rottweiler. Honestly, every Rottweiler I have ever met have been like just the best teddy bears. Like they have the biggest snuggles and they just go flop. It is adorable. Like, there's just something about those kinds of dogs where they're like, we shall cuddles. There we go. We're starting to get the vibe. Oh, you definitely don't get something like that in New Zealand. So basically, I figure we darken this down so it actually looks like it's a dark and stormy night. That kind of Ren Fair full mix of things. Do we have enough paint in this? We do not have enough paint in this. Yeah, it's cool when that sort of, because like, we get some LARPs, but I think the most a LARP has, or that I've seen, has been about 80 to 100 people. Like, I've seen a group of 5 LARPers. Fantasy Forest is just built that way. Oh my word! Like, they're built that way to have, like, oh my word. Like, that would be an event to go to. So this isn't technically called... So the technique that we're using is called scrumbling. And it is putting the tiniest bits of paint on your thing, and you just slowly build it up. It's also really great for ruining here. Ruining your brush, which is why we're using our dry brush. We'll paint into that. There we go. And yes, we are supposed to be squishing the brush down like that. We want it all squished. It looks really cool. But you can see with Mimikyu how it shades things. And we'll need to come back and re-highlight Mimikyu now. And start getting things to pop. Ah. I haven't done this since art school. 1 to 5,000 people. Oh my word. I don't think I could, like, I don't think the entire LARPing community in New Zealand has that many people in it. Like, that's insane. Oh my word. All right. Now we got that. Wow. That being said, like, we do, however, have, like, a whole town that is all about steampunk. You had people from the States coming. Wow. I'm not so fond of that, but we'll fix that up. We can... Really nice. Yeah. Is it Oamaru? I think it's Oamaru. It's not even like a tin pot town. It's a proper town with a school and proper internet access and everything. That actually goes ahead. I think they have a festival about it and stuff. All right, let's start getting Mimikyu's layers all built up. Actually, no, we'll work on the background. We'll finish the background, then we'll do Mimikyu, because we're going to have to clean all of that up afterwards. Yeah, a proper place that people live in. I know, like, you have, so, New Zealand, is it a township? If yes, then you only have, like, double digits of people. Is it a village? Then you got, like, 100 to 1,000 people. Is it a proper town? Multi-thousands of people? Or like 1,000 to 10,000 people? Is it a city? Over 10,000 people. New Zealand scaling. I don't remember if Oamaru is like a town or a city, but it's in that category, so it's like, heck yeah. Right, grass. So, Yeah, New Zealand. New Zealand's built silly. Yes, New Zealand is built silly. Like, it's really funny because, like, we get the weather for the entire country all at once. So you get to see where everyone's at and what everyone's doing weather-wise. And they do it by entire regions. And what it means is you actually get to see the fact that, like, once something passes a certain point, it ends up on the weather watch because there's enough people. And it's like, oh my gosh, look at that. Congratulations, Levin. You're a city. Congratulations, Rotorua. You're important enough to exist on the map now. Like, there was a place called Tauranga that was like, when I was young, it was like just basically a beach and a few other bits. And it would go ahead and be like, oh yeah, don't mind us, we're chill. And then a whole bunch of people from Auckland moved down because Auckland is the biggest city and I think a quarter of New Zealand. I'm cool enough to... Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's basically, yay, I'm cool enough to exist. Huzzah, life is good. And from that, it created a population boom where, because a quarter of the population in New Zealand lives up in Auckland. So what happened was, with people moving to Tauranga, it suddenly got super busy and Tauranga suddenly started appearing on the weather, and it's like, oh, this is suddenly a busy place. Well, I guess. I guess we put it on the weather now. Okay, that's looking fairly smooth. We can like that. A little bit more there. Now we can come in with the fun bits. Bit of blue, bit of the other green. Mix them together. What do we get? Life. Just a bit of shading. Napalm, honestly. So, I think napalm is a great answer to any form of Eldrazi. Like, when you're getting insects from outer space, napalm is probably the correct answer. However, well, it's probably not the politically correct answer, so I probably can't endorse this answer. But that's alright, right? Mix some of that in with that. Mix more. Make it brighter. There we go. And we get grass. All the fun stuff. Perfect for a Mimikyu to stand on. Yes, a woo is the perfect option. I think in this situation. Like, a woo sounds perfectly safe. Because, I mean, from the sounds of it, you can use a woo in many different options. No, not options. So, yeah, easy and good on the soul. Many situations can be used for a woo. Bum, bum. Oh, awooga. I cannot confirm nor deny the presence of an awooga here. We just get rid of some of this and just blend this out. By the way, fair. I was kind of looking at some things. Like, I was looking at YouTube painting techniques for, Warhammer. And I noticed the fact that from an art perspective, like coming in from doing painting, it missed a lot of things. Built on people who just awoo to save the world. Would you awoo to save the world? That is a very important question that needs to be answered. Like, is that your final stand? Will you awoo with me? Will you stand this day and awoo? Or will you fall with the rest of them? Like, that sounds like something out of a some sort of parody furry comic. 30 seconds left to awoo. You'd uplift down. Join us and get a complimentary pipe fox. Join now. Or else. No, we can't do that. We apparently can't. Oh, no, I gotta stop. Oh my gosh, they look so cute. Okay, I have to join. Those are way too cute. We need those. Those are adorable. Oh my word. Wait, no. Up, right, down. Ah, right. Yeah, we need to have the right sequence of events to make it work. Because otherwise, it no go. Oops. Still too much blue. Oh well. We're blue. I'm blue. Double D, double die. Double D, double die. Double D, double die. Wait, for context, Helldiver's stratagem code is for 500 kg. Oh! Oh! Did we just blow up? If so, I'm not surprised. I mean, my skills at running away are not required in this situation. I'm pretty sure we would just be doom-skied. There would not be a Speeling left. Farewell, world. Yeah. By the way, don't do this. Yeah, evaporation. Don't do this to a paintbrush you like. Do this to like a dry brush or a like this. This is our base coating brush only, so this is okay. But any other brush will basically die. You will not have a brush left. It will be a very sad day indeed. Yeah, or a paintbrush. Actually, a paintbrush that is unsavable. Like, if your paintbrush is busy spreading out like this, that is a great candidate. Like, if it's got paint all caked up in here, that's a paintbrush to use. We like those paintbrushes. Those are paintbrushes that you keep and you use them for this. And they're also great dry brush candidates as well. In fact, something to do with them, if you were going to use them for dry brushing only, a cheap brush, yes, is you go ahead and you nip them back, like back to there, if you're using it on models only, because that'll make it slightly stiffer. Whereas since we're doing this on a card as well, I don't really want to do that. There we go. And we can build this up into some greenery, I think. So we just grab some bright green, mush this into our dirty brush. Ah! Turn it into a tree. And that's a really good way to get brush going. Do-do-do-do. So yeah, there is no such thing as a destroyed brush. Actually, yes there is. It's called a stick. There we go. Now we can start building that up into actual tree shape. We'll leave these as actual stuff. Yeah. Like, It's something that my painting teacher really encouraged, was the use of old paintbrushes in unconventional ways. Like, one of the students actually went ahead and used old paintbrushes as like, what do you call them? Like materials to stick it into canvases and stuff, so you'd end up with like full-on texture and sculpture built into the canvases, and it would be like, oh my, so that's a whole thing. And trying to actually get them to be like, yeah, don't worry about it. No, this is fine. We're not actually causing problem. We shall worry about the squish fox, and we shall look after it. Good night. So it means that you can actually have a lot of fun. Also, you might find that with line work on tanks and things like that for your models, a flathead brush might work better. Yeah, I like that. I think we need to like darken around the edge a bit more. And then I think we're good for Mimikyu. There we go. Yeah. I think that puts us in a good position to get ourselves started. Yes? What would you like to ask? How to do backgrounds like this. Okay, yeah, no problem. So, there are two techniques at work here. We'll grab a blank card. So, one of the techniques is going ahead. You take a blank brush, a brush you don't like or is splayed out like this. Make sure that it is completely dry, so we need to dry this brush out properly. And we're just gonna get all the stuff out of it. And we're going to choose a color. So I'm gonna go for this green here. And we're just going to get the tiniest bit on its end, and then I am going to get most of the paint off And then I'm also going to scrunch it into the bristles like that. Yeah? Also, this paintbrush is not properly cleaned, so there are other colors involved. Then, to get the smoky effect, we're just going to smush it in and go like this. And this creates this smudgy look. Okay? So that's creating that. To create the trees on the horizon, we're using a flat brush. And we will use this blue. Well, first, we need a brighter color. In this case, we will use this teal. And we will go and, excuse me, Mimikyu, just create a horizon line. This horizon line, it doesn't need to be flat. You can go ahead, you can put some hills in if you want. And these can go like this. So this creates two horizon lines that you can use. You can have a front and a back horizon line. So we will go ahead and color the first one in. And if you're doing two horizon lines, color the back one a bit darker. No problem. Enjoy. So we go ahead and we paint this in. And we are actually going to be cheeky and grab a bigger brush, because if there is anything important about art, it is use the biggest brush that is practical for the area that you're working in. Doo-doo-doo. Because when you use the biggest brush that is practical, it means that you are not getting as many overlapping lines. Hey, not real! How you going? Oh. We're busy doing a quick tutorial on cards. So, we've got our horizon line. It's looking good. We're going to quickly do the second one, which... Oops. I should be careful with my paint water. Good to hear that you're good. So now for this further back one, we will just take a bit of the teal and a bit of the blue. We'll mix them together so it's a midway color. I'll probably put a bit more teal with it. And then this. It's to be we probably should have been in the art category. It would have been a bit more. Yeah, I see it. We can just fill this in. Long strokes are your friend if you can make them. There we go. So we've already made an illusion of distance by doing that. And now by going, actually, I think we will move into the art category on Twitch. One moment. There we go. So, the next thing I think I would tackle would be these trees, which are just silhouettes. And so for them, there's two ways you can go about it. In the case of Mimikyu, I made them slightly grey. How do tags on YouTube work? I don't know. I vaguely ignore them. Oh my gosh, it's a cute pie fox. And so this is using this brush and going sideways with it to make a color. And I think what I'll do is I'll mix some of the black and the blue together to get this. So it's not a true black. It's more a very dark blue. And therefore, and a thing about perspective. Generally speaking, things further away are darker, but they're also smaller. So I think another thing we will do to this, so we'll be painting the trees that are further away first, and the trees that are closer second. And these, we can just go ahead like this. And then put little taps to just make a tiny tree shape. Hello, NB! Welcome on in! I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm having a great time. We are busy making some Mimikyu MTG tokens. But we're getting a bit sidetracked and talking about how backgrounds like this work. So tree silhouettes and things like that. And then you can do this a few times to actually get a shape. And there's no real rules on how you make a thing like this. You just tap. You can make them all sorts of shapes. So, yeah. Like, you could go ahead and make big clumps of trees. You can make... And you can use only part of the brush. So you can go ahead and bring it up onto the little edge and just drag it up like that, making more of a bushy type tree like that. Then just a tiny little stick at the bottom. Thank you! Yeah! It's something I do for every stream where I have hand cam. Because, like, you guys see my hands. Like, it feels important. And it also helps with seeing what side is what. If you guys are having trouble with, like, what's it called? resolution or anything. So, yeah. And like, this is probably my favorite polish. Followed by this metallic purple that I've gotten. And then, since you've got this as your background size of tree, you can actually go ahead and then we can mix in some of this white. Well, actually it's called brain matter beige, but we're not counting. Meow. And get a much lighter color for something a lot closer. And since we're going to have Mimikyu here, and we've got those trees there, to balance it out, we're going to put one larger tree here. And we'll sketch out where we want it to be. Coming up like this. Mew or Mewtwo? Oh, cool. Why has my chat disappeared? Welcome in, Canonics. How you going? And basically, when it comes to trees, there's no real rules about what's, you know, what's the right shape or anything like that. Trees grow as trees grow. Wind affects trees. So if your tree is on an angle, generally speaking, trees tend to all be on an angle in that area because trees are affected by the wind and stuff like that. There we go. And then we can actually come in with mixing some of the teal and the black to make the leaves. Again, these colors aren't realistic. That's okay. And then some of the white, just to bring it to, oops, some of the white to bring it into the same shade range as everything else. Now, if your palette is fairly wet, you should be able to care for it or keep these colors for a while if you use a wet palette. The other thing being layering up your scrumbling, which is what this dry brush technique is called. Hey Wicked, how you going? If you layer up your scrumbling over it, it will also help blend out your colors. We're busy making a Mimikyu. Oh, actually, we're making a couple today. And what we're doing here is we're just tap, 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 so that it goes ahead and it makes a sort of fuzziness where the brush just pats down and creates the illusion of leaves. And you can do this with all sorts of colors. So we can come in and relayer this with some more of a teal mixed in. We just scoop some of this, because that's an important thing, just going ahead and layering your colors. Yeah, it is no problem. I've actually been considering doing some tutorials on how to do some of this, because like I've noticed the fact that there is a very clear divide between the art side of things and the hobby side of things. So I'm like, this seems like a good idea. And like, generally speaking, going ahead and being able to cross those divides, I think is always a neat thing to do. There we go. So we will save this one for after we finish this one, because the other thing you can do is go ahead and use the edge of your brush and just dab it down to create the grass stalks, but we will touch on that later. For now, we rediscover the Mimikyu that we have buried. Yeah. So today we are painting Mimikyu, and then we are turning it into an Eldrazi. And these are Magic the Gathering tokens. And like, it's always okay to stop and ask how I'm doing something, especially when it comes to art. Because like, I'm of the opinion that education, learning things, it shouldn't be gated. And if I can explain it, then it's well worth explaining. It's like, the world, generally speaking, the world is, what's the word? Richer when knowledge is freely shared. And anyways, who doesn't want a really cute Mimikyu Eldrazi horror creature? That's just the perfect option. Do. There we go. Now, generally speaking, getting like a smooth coverage is the whole plan here. Because then we can actually have everything looking good. We can also hit it with some water, which will help. There we go. Ears. Oh. Why are you so wet? The other thing I found out this morning was actually about like a it was actually about a what was it? An orangutan that went ahead and decided it didn't want to get released. It basically got to the point with its caretakers where it was like, you know what? You've tried releasing me 3 times, and each time I have decided that I am totally okay, just not. So I am, you know, I'm gonna just, you know, just exist, and hopefully you guys are gonna bring me back. And so there's been an orangutan that's just been like, I am going to go ahead. I am going to refuse to forage for food. I am just going to go, and I am going to wait for you lot to come back. And then when you drop off another orangutan, I'm gonna come to you guys. And like, I was reading about it and I'm like, yeah! Like, this orangutan understands the way life works. And I was like, this is a vibe. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. Okay, that's Mimikyu's thing. Oh. Wait. What? Why is this chihuahua barking at an empty yard? Like, the mental image... Oh my gosh! Chihuahua was named Penelope was barking her head up. have met, like, okay, so I used to have to walk a Chihuahua that belonged to one of my neighbors down the street. This Chihuahua, whenever I would come to meet it, for the first 5 minutes, it would try to eat my ankles. For the next 10 minutes, I would have to go ahead and be like, oh my gosh, you are trying to eat literally everyone else alive. Yeah, I would be like, ah. And then the little munchkin would be like, aha, we're friends now. You owe me treats for enjoying my time. And I'd be like, you, me, oh, no. And the thing would be just like, yes, you owe me treats. And if I didn't give the darn thing treats, yeah, if it's a dragonborn and it's a rat, that is the perfect explanation for the thing. Like, I'm not particularly fond of Chihuahua. Chihuahuas as a breed are not my jive, not my thing. All right, time to start figuring out where we want these to go. Something coming up like this. Now these are purple because it's an Eldrazi. Oh, yeah, like I've met Chihuahuas that are actually, actually okay. But I think Chihuahuas end up in the basket of either absolutely psychotic or absolute gems. I've never met a Chihuahua that's in between. They seem to hit one or the other, and they're just crazy on either end, and I don't know how to judge this. It fascinates me and horrifies me on several levels. Bom, bom. Oh, and that was the other thing. The dog was named Koro, which means grandfather. So, you'd be going around, and if by chance the dog escaped, you'd be like, grandfather, come back, please. And like, trying to explain this, it did not go well. Now, these tentacles up here, I think we need to plan out a little bit. Yeah. Oh, we get something wrapping like this. And then something pushing up this way and around and going up the back. And then something pushing like that. No one will ever be able to see this Mimikyu and know what has happened. Help! The Mimikyu is eating people! Beware the Mimikyu! Okay. So, if we then... Because our next step is looking at Eldrazi spawn and double checking their colors. Actually, I have the best idea for this. Instead of pulling up a picture, I will be back in just a second. Oh, jeez. That was not working as intended. Alright. Because, funnily enough, at the back of my folder, we have a few Eldrazi Scions. We have... Oh, a Herald of Kozilek. One of those. I have Pokemon cards? When did I get Pokemon cards? What Pokemon cards do I have? I must look. And Eldrazi! Explaining it out of context. Yes, exactly! Okay, we have colors! Yeah, like trying to explain it out of context. Yeah! Being like, it wasn't even my dog, KD! It was a dog. I was walking for a neighbor and being like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. So it gets even more complicated there. All right, so also welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day. Bum, bum. So if we look at these colors, we're sort of looking at hyperpigmented to really, really grey. So I think we're on track with the purple, but we'll end up pushing it into red. This is the wrong brush. What do we got in terms of brushes here? Got something with a point? Oh, apparently we either have this or that. But yeah. So we are making a Mimikyu, and it is either going to end up being a Eldrazi Scion or an Eldrazi Horror. I have not made up my mind on this, and I'm kind of like, don't know. So whatever it's going to be, I don't know. We're going to vibe with it. Should be good. Also, a note on the backgrounds that we've done. You don't have to paint your full backgrounds. Like, it is a thing where you can do it as something to be it's your choice and process. The only thing that really can make a difference is if you end up building up texture. And if that happens, well, a bit of sandpaper is something that can help amazingly. Oh. The funny thing is, I don't even have like a... what's the word? Deck that makes Eldrazi at the moment. So I just have random Eldrazi tokens that I don't even think I'm going to use. But I suppose that's okay. We do it for the fun of the game. Do you play MTG, KD? There we go. Oh wait, we have ads on Twitch. I very much doubt anyone is hearing me right now. Oh well, hello YouTube. Oh no, I guess this is the perfect opportunity to have a drink. Bum bum bum, welcome back. I was about to say, have you guys, do you play, YouTube, KD? Not play YouTube, play MTG. I must ask the all-important question. What are your favorite colors? You used to play Commander. I've only just gotten into Commander. I used to play back up until Eldritch Moon. I have forgotten when that was. A true a multicolor person. Nice. I can get behind green black. At the moment, my favorite deck is Muldrother. You're blue. Ooh. I used to play Modern, but now that I'm back playing, I am playing Commander. I used to run a green-black Deadbridge Chant Graveyard Recursion deck and an Izzet deck based off of Gutter Snipes, and I love those decks to bits. But yeah, Muldrother is green, black, blue. Just play stuff from your graveyard. Nice, simple, easy. Nice. Yeah. Like, my deck does not work very well. It is something that long term I am you need to go out to play your one. Oh my gosh. I have Mirren in my deck, but I need to figure something out with it. Enjoy the anvil. Well, actually, because of the fact that I did not actually manage to take my deck with me last week, I happened to... Wait, where is this? There we go. Wait. Ha! I have my deck with me. And I am on a quest to... Wait, we have lands in here that we have already changed. Where are they? Come, my minions. Yeah. We're in the process. I appreciate the anvils. The anvils are always appreciated. We're in the process of turning all the lands into customs. Who was your MVP? My MVP is a sanitarium skeleton. Oh my gosh, I want to get my hands on a spore frog. Let's just stick this back in here. That's not sticking. Like, spore frog is really cool. Someone has a Miss Bumbleflower deck, which basically is all about going ahead and putting counters on stuff. Here we go. And I am just... They constantly bring out their spore frog, and I'm like, I want that. Spore frogging forever. That sounds amazing. Do-do-do. The other deck I've been... It wasn't until the Blue Nation attacked. The other deck that I've been building is... It's basically Hydras. Everything is a Hydra. So many 1/1 counters. Green, white, 1/1 counters everywhere. So basically, you, what is my commander? It's summon, long ear of the law. Lion mama. Spore frog, you tap an island. Oh no. Oh, what is this guy called? Wait, unsummon? Bet sure it's unsummon. The metal with the highest... Wait, it's platinum? I thought it was titanium. Long year of the law. Yeah. Break, long ear of the law. Vigilance. When break, long ear of the law enters, put a 1/1 counter on up to 2 target creatures. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it attacks, double the number of 1/1 counters on it. Melts at around 1,000, 7,000. Okay, so what's the melting point of titanium? Why is titanium so hard to work with then? So, everything in that deck gives everything counters. Lava is 1,000. Oh, wow. That's impressive. We need to start shading this. Small brush time. And basically... then there's like a whole lot of effects that are like, if something has a 1/1 counter, it has trample. If something has a 1/1 counter, it has vigilance. If something has a 1/1 counter, it has flying. And it deeply amuses to see a flying Hydra with a baseball bat. Cyclonic Rift and bounce everything when Spore Frog failed. That's a vibe. I have washout. Peanut butter. Oh yeah. It was a card that came out in Duskmourn, I want to say. It's basically give something a 1/1 counter. Or it comes in with +1/+1. The baseball bat gives stuff +1/+1. And when it attacks, you tap target creature. And what it means is you can go ahead and tap the thing with the death touch. And life is so good. Peanut butter bell. Like, honestly, I have never tried peanut butter jelly. The only jelly that I have ever seen has been apple jelly, and I cannot imagine that going well with peanut butter. No. Marmalade. Marmalade's not bad. Like, I think the hardest part is, like, I'm trying to remake my Izzet deck, but it's just not working. Like, I've tried 3 times, and the balance is so off, and I'm like, my sadness. All the sadness. I do not know what is going on here, but I must cry. Like, the only marmalade I have ever tried has been homemade marmalade. And it's not my vibe. Okay, we're starting to get how these tentacles and things are going. Like, if we look at this and we look at that, we can see the idea. And then we've got Mimikyu, like, there. Yeah? I don't think we have the brand craft in New Zealand. Yeah! We're getting the vibes. Now we gotta shade up. Now we have 2 options here. We could go ahead and do some cell shading, which I am totally down for. We just have to be tidy about it. Or we can actually lore accurate shade this. We have 2 options. Droopy Speeling. I'm not surprised there is a Droopy Speeling. I should try. Well, I can't try it if it's not on the shelves. That is the main defining factor there. Yeah. Like, we have basically 1 brand of supermarket in New Zealand. 1? 2. It's either 1 or 2. I can't remember if the other brought the other out. I don't know how they managed to get around the whole, what do you call it? Anti-monopoly, oh gosh. Monopoly, there we go. Issue? Well, that's the thing. And Eldrazi has eaten the Mimikyu. So, it gets even worse. we can't say that it is a Mimikyu anymore. It's an Eldrazi wearing a Mimikyu. Give it some nice cheap things. Like, I don't know how much worse it can get. Mimikyu Eldrazi doesn't look up. Heck yeah. You know, if we're getting it non-off model, I think we've hit the jackpot. Now, where do these marks go? We've got one that is slightly shorter. And that'll come up to here, down to there. Show up here again. Down. And then pop up here. Oh my gosh, this is horrifying. This is legitimately horrifying. I would hate to see this show up. Now, eyeballs wise, we're gonna have to be really careful about this because we can't let the paint. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I really like it. And we gotta, like, make it look like scribbles. Do. Wait, more water? That being said, I think with oh my gosh. I think with Mimikyu, it's probably one of those things where we've chosen a Pokemon that makes it pretty easy not to make off-model. Oh, actually, quick little tip about how to load your paintbrushes. If you have a round paintbrush, roll it gently in your paint like this. It helps keep the point. If you have a flat paintbrush, stroke it in the paint. It helps keep the bristles together. That way, that helps the longevity of your brushes. And therefore, everything working nicely for a longer term. There we go. I feel like I'm holding my breath doing this. That being said, like, I think the deck that I had the most fun playing originally was a red-black Eldrazi deck. There we go. Hey, Silver! we are painting some... Oh, gosh. Where's my... There it is. We are painting some Magic the Gathering tokens. So this is what the original looks like. And we're making them into Mimikyus. And hopefully they're going to be used in a game. I think they're adorable. Do you have anything interesting going on? Now, what colors? Oh, we need his little eyeballs on his chest. Oh. I have not gone that far with holding my breath. Oh, there we go. And this is our next background. It just needs like some fog and things like that. Like, I used to have a habit of holding my breath during scary moments in games, but I worked hard to break it because I was like, that is not a healthy habit. And I found myself holding my breath longer and longer, so I was like, we'd better not. Okay, I think we use this brush for the ears. There we go. Like, I know this is actually a costume for a Mimikyu. So what we could do is, if we do go the route of actually... because we need to do some more shading on it. It's just thinking that we could actually make it a bit more... give it some more stitches and things like that. But I think we'll do that on another Mimikyu. Oh, Tyranids! Fun times! Oh, and Miltarian! I am having a lot of fun, AEC. We have a Mimikyu. It's got all sorts of troubles going on. I think I feel sorry for this Mimikyu's costume. Like, this is one Mimikyu that is definitely trouble. How are you going with your Mortarian? There we go. Perfect. Tentacute, yes! Actually, like, I hadn't even considered, like, Tentacruel for an Eldrazi Scion, but that makes so much sense. Like, oh my word. Maybe we should do a Tentacruel. Oh. Decisions. Oh. Time to shade it. Then again, they come in many different shapes and sizes, so the possibilities are endless. This is about right, yeah. So we could have a lot of fun with it. Now I'm thinking that you're about 20 hours in, he's a quarter pounded. 4! Oh my word. Good luck. That's really fast. Then if we're going to need to shade for these tentacles. Like so. Aha! Silver is spending a lot of time. Oh! Do you have... Are you, posting pictures? And if so, are you willing to share? Can we all stand in awe of your Mortarion? Because, like, I have a Mortarion and I'm kind of intimidated. I've seen a few Mortarions and I'm like, oh, that's so much work. And if we make a cloth fold like this. There we go. Perfect. This Mimikyu looks like it's having a heck of a time. Not really. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I would love to see it when you feel like you're ready to share. All right. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Now, if we go ahead and... Yeah. Like, trying to figure out how to get the stink lines on Mortarion is a very serious business. We need to capitalize that. It is capitalized, very serious business. Because, like, if you don't know what is what, then there is a problem. And that can be slightly of an issue. Alright. No, this is the wrong... You know what? It doesn't matter. Because now we get a one of these. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Oh dear. This is the wrong black. This is the one that I have not used. So it's going to need so much shaking. And we're going to need a test page. Okay. So, Mimikyu, you... Oh, no. Can we block this? Get that off? Please tell me we can... Oh. We did a thing. Oh. Okay. Right. Pooh is quite correct. Alright. So, first we need to fix that. Then we need to fix everything else. If I was an ink mistake, how bad would it be? Apparently bad. Oh well. At least it's not world-endingly. At least we didn't just like bop all over the face. What is it? There are only happy accidents. This gives us an opportunity to practice repairing things. There we go. The bonk is gone. Right now, actually, this gives us a moment to put highlights on the tentacles. Ba-ba-ba. There we go. Not quite the color I was intending, but that's okay. It hides things. And that's what we want. Because this is a purple orange. It's a bridging color. So it sort of comes out of as a brown. And this means that it makes things look more like a... what's it called? Look more like a red. But it also brings out these lovely cheek patches. Which is a good thing. Okay. Let's give this one more go over. I probably should not use my sleeve for wiping off my brush. Okay. We can officially be like, hey, can you see where that smear was? I can barely tell. It's fine. Now we can put that back. And look at that. Amazing. Now we need the smaller dip pen. Up with the flexible purple nib. Because otherwise the paint will come up. Yeah. Oh, come here. There we go. I really need to find a better place to put these. They keep running away. A boop. Da-da-da. Alright. Mimikyu, your time is now. First step. Test paper. Because we do not wish for any blotting or anything like that. And we actually want this to work. Come on. Come on. There we go. Good dip pen. Because each of these nibs have a different strength requirement to actually function. Be sure to use this for the eyeballs. That is fine. There we go. Aha! Black paint made it look like it was in the mud. Oh, I suppose. I think if we were going to do something with a Mimikyu in the mud, I'd probably make it look a bit more obvious and we'd lean into it. There we go. We're getting the vibes. Aha! Yep, this is definitely what we want, I think. Ba-ba. This. Oh my gosh. Wait, with the next Mimikyu, how about we have it bursting through the Mimikyu's head? Like the tentacles coming out of its like out of its head somehow? Oops. Hold it. Like, I'm not sure how we'll manage it. But I think it would look kind of cool. Now, the reason why we're moving this way is because I'm left-handed. This takes a while to dry. And that's kind of important. Otherwise, we will smudge it. Come on. Come on. Tell me there's more of this. Nope. We go. We could also do like hatch shading and stuff, which would look really cool. There we go. Now, I figure if we just add a little bit of a stitch line. There we go. Give it a little bit of extra love. Perfect. Just what a Mimikyu needs. I hereby dub thee ready to cause chaos. Perfect. Oh my word. I can't wait to sick this on someone. Bad but funny video. I honestly, there's a vibe. Like, we can... Oh my gosh. I got my lefts and my rights mixed up. Right. Over there, that over there. There we go. Ah! Yeah, that works. Yeah. You are the Mimikyu to start it all. And what we could do is actually add some swirls of mist and things like that. Which I think would be really cool. Like, we can layer on. Wait, we just gotta... Yep. Cool, cool, cool. So if we make sure this... dry. And we... just... pat in some of the white. This should be cool. Oh, there's some interesting SFM videos out there. And, like, for the people that make SFM, they have some really interesting talents. Like, I know a couple of makers of them. And, like, the work that goes into it is really impressive. I've tried to mess around with SFM, but it's sort of one of those things where I've never really had the time to stop and truly learn. So, for the people that actually get it and get it to work, it really impresses me. Now, if we go like this, and we're holding the brush like this, so we're forcing the color into specific lines, we should get a really cool mist effect. Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah, like. And the fact that TF2 is still running this long afterwards really has a testament to how well the game is made and the community in general around it. Because, like, you look at the various other games around, like, there aren't many games that have lasted that long. Oh dear. That black was not fully dry. Oh well. Too late. It joins in the Mimikyus. And being able to be like, yeah, we have a community whose biggest problem is bots and botting that got an update. What was it, 14 years down the track? Like, for a first-person shooter. Well, no, it's not a first-person shooter. For a shooter, nonetheless. Team-based online shooter. Forgot its exact genre, but heck, from what I understand, there isn't actually another game from the same era. No, wait, I lie. MMOs and stuff definitely still get updated, of course. So they definitely count. There we go. We hereby declare the true spook. Ta-da! This music is perfect for for it. Yeah. Do-do-do. Oh, cool. I'm a Snoop. Oh, your Mortarian's looking cool. Well done. I like the blues that you've got going on. Oh. When I found out about Mimikyu, I initially thought it was a fake Pokemon. And I was like, nah, can't be. But I was so surprised to find out it wasn't. So it's been really neat to actually be able to use it as like a congratulations. It's a pop out for something even worse. Like, it pleases me greatly. Is it a wash that you've got going on for the armors? Because it looks rather cool. Oh my gosh, the Tyranids are so blue. I love the color scheme on the Tyranids. Like, oh. All right. Actually, if we have Mimikyu just like popping up right in the foreground, I think that would be really cool and would suit the rest of this. Wait, Mimikyu has like that mouth and it kind of looks like stitches. We could have the stitches like ripping open and the tentacles coming out of there. That would look so cool. Let's do that. Ta-da! So that means we're going to have a big Mimikyu face here, followed by an ear, and then the other ear. Ba-ba-ba. All right, let's do this. Wait, what is attached to this? You know what? I don't know. That's okay. Where my paintbrush be at? Bam! Now, also, we'll be rotating the head up so that the mouth will probably be about here. So we'll end up with eyes about there. So that's another thing that we'll be looking out for. And in doing it that way, we keep the head about the same. And we bring on the horrors. Fare thee well, trees. And there are some things about putting down planning marks on your paper. Like, one of my art teachers was always on at me for using, what do you call it? Graphite pencils. Like, personally, I live off mechanical pencils. They're my favorite. I live for them. But my teachers were always like, Speeling, don't use mechanical pencils. Don't use graphite pencils in your planning. Nah. You won't get them. They'll show through. Da. But like, for me personally, it's what I find easier. I can see where the markings are. The other thing I like to use is watercolor pencils. Because with watercolor pencils, you just need a little bit of water and boom, they're gone. And funnily enough, paint carries water. And that makes life so much easier. But it really, I think, comes down to an each to their own. Because I know someone who swears by using chalks. Or, I think another person loves using charcoals. And again, it's a personal choice. And the main thing that can affect it is what you paint in. There we go. Huzzah! Alright, we have our Mimikyu. Mimikyu! I keep wanting to call it a Mimikyu when it's not a Mimikyu. So now, I figure we'd paint the entire mouth area purple. Actually, I rather like the idea of bringing out this blue-purple. So, like, it looks like it's swelling or something like that. Or maybe we bring out these claws. Yeah. Mortarion looks really, really cool. I rather like Mortarion's, what do you call it? The way you've done his armor with the teals and the light blue. And then you come in with the orangey rust. Like, it's a vibe. So if we come in with a blue, a lighter blue. Aha! We do have a lighter blue. Like, it looks rather good in my opinion. I like the colors on the Tyranids too. I haven't seen blue Tyranids before. So we'll use a nice bright blue for a base. Hey, fly! Not quite dry, but that's okay. It's tap dry. If we drag this like this, there we go. Perfect. Aha! Then, I figure instead of tentacles, we actually look at these crab claw-like situations, and we bring some of them in. So it looks like something is crawling out of Mimikyu. Oh my god. This sounds like we're doing something cruel and unusual to this creature. Oh my word. Okay, so, therefore... Now, we need to work this out. Yeah, it's evil Mimikyu! It's the invasion of evil Mimikyus! Okay, so, if we have one of these going 1, 2... Oh. 1, 2 of a joint. Like that. Same like this. This feels like some sort of body horror type situation. We're just inflicting it on a Mimikyu. No Mimikyu deserves this. Justice for Mimikyu. Oh my word. Down like that. And actually, let's have this one being smaller. And just sticking out. Like that. There we go. So these look like they've got more of a nobule to them. And they're more curved. So we'll give them more of a... Oh! Yes. Yes, I did see them. I did see him. He did look cool. I like the colours you've used. Is basically the gist of what I've said. Yeah. And I really like your Tyranids. Oops. Something like that. Oh. Although, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to finish these guys today. Just like able... Oh no, this is too big. Oh, wait! Are you smaller? Are you bigger? You are bigger! Huzzah! Where are my nippers? You are being put into action! Ba-dum. Ba-dum. I am not surprised it took about 60 hours. Looks about it. There we go. Always customize your utensils. Utensils? Utensils. Just be careful of flying wood shards. Now we have a bigger brush. I totally forgot I had this. Success. Ah, oh, so much better. Like, model painting is one of those things where, like, initially you look at them and you're like, ah, yeah, this doesn't look like it'll take so long. 2 hours later, how have I only finished painting one panel? Wear eye protection. I come with glasses. I come with pre-built eye protection. That is not actual eye protection. If you're going into a workshop, wear actual eye protection. But generally speaking, yes, if you're messing around with wood or anything like that, it is a good idea to wear eye protection. Ba-ba. There we go. Yeah, that looks like a good starting shape. I think I might trim this thinner a little bit. Oh. But it also means now we have multiple little sticks hanging around. This means we can have tiny little paintbrushes on the end of it. No, not really. Joking, joking, joking. But I have lopped the ends off every single one of these brushes. I because like we're painting at a desk. I have no ability to do this with the length of these, because they'll just hit my front. And that's not very useful. Alright. Now we start giving it colors. You need to put good luck. Have fun. Having these all twist over like that. Be good. Because basically, I figure we got like a shiny bit in the middle here, and then we'll texturize it. And that should be good time. Because there's like 2 different ways to get this. Because like I'm looking at the blues and I'm like, oh, this is pretty. On the other hand, like shading down to purple, that is also a lot of fun. So both of these are so appealing to me. But I think shading out into this bright blue would be really, really cool. And it'll make it a very, very different Mimikyu. Especially... Look at that! Oh. And we can go ahead and make little squiggly shapes. To be the grungy stuff that is inside. And we'll paint over the, what's it called? The mouth stitches. And I think that'll be a really good way to do it. We can also pull in some of the fabric later. And then do some shadows. And that should work. That being said, this paint is not very thick. Evil eyes and... Oh my goodness, yes! Having evil... Oh, we need to put evil eyes in the mouth. Yes! Good idea. If we make the eyes out of the blue... Like this. And we'll shade these. And make them feel fairly pearlescent. So it's sort of popping out. I think that's a good way to go about it. Yeah! So, like, it brings the Mimikyu creepiness, because apparently these are the eye holes of the Mimikyu. So it fits. We need a bit of this. Actually, we shouldn't be reshaping the mouth right now. These bits we can absolutely reshape. Add little bits like that. Make them more claw-like, make them more crunchy. It's always good to like when it comes to creative endeavors, I'm of the opinion that it's good to go ahead and be open to other people's ideas, because otherwise you can be stuck in a rut. That being said, if you have a firm vision, it's not so good to be able to be completely swayed one way and another. So being able to understand what your vision of what you want is. So in this case, being able to go, yeah, we want Eldrazi inside Mimikyus is good. And then being flexible on how we want that to be. Like, in my opinion, is a good thing to be. However, being like, I want Eldrazi and Mimikyus, and then being talked around to being like, no, you don't want Eldrazi and Mimikyus. You actually want Nurglings and Mimikyus. Or it's actually you want just the Nurglings, you know? Stuff like that. Like when, because it being open to that much sway is a really good way to lose confidence in your own ideas, in my opinion. Like, I think it's a balancing act. There is too much paint on that brush. Like, in all things, there is balance. And that's a good thing. Now, if we go like this, we can start making it look like these claws are coming from somewhere. There we go. All right. Now let's hit these eyeballs. Having a crazy imagination, I think, is a good thing. Because, like, being able to look at things from angles that other people not necessarily would be able to look at provides answers that people wouldn't necessarily normally be able to get. And that can be absolutely wonderful. And it can be a huge help sometimes. Analog horror is not my vibe. We need a pink. I do not wish to make a pink, but I happen to have a pink. Oh, this is the wonder of actually collecting colors. Eyeballs, I bid thee to stare deep into the eyes of the Mimikyu. There we go. We're getting there. Actually, we might take some of that pink and use it. Just as a highlight type thing. This pink is a fairly common color I've noticed with Eldrazi. There we go. Look at that. Oh, shiny. Just how the doctor ordered. All ready to cause horrors all across the galaxy. There we go. Okay. Mimikyu, you're next. Now, I figure if we go ahead and we just stitch this mouth closed. So we got lip. We've got a point here. No, wait. We got a point, yeah, point here. We'll pull closed, which joins to a point back here. Then we got a point here that we will join. And then we will pull at the join here. And what we're doing is we're sweeping around the imaginary shape that is the legs. Then the next one would be here. Again, sweeping around the legs, exactly what we need. And you can see what this is doing. It is creating teeth. Exactly what we want. And then the last one. Because we're going boom, 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 boom. One down there. One here. Just what the doctor ordered. Might actually extend this. Here we go. We're going to make these look real nice. And real fancy. And yeah, there we go. Awesome. There we go. We got the teeth. Now, we need to shadow all of this. Actually, before we do that, we are going to put in the string. And we're going to make this string actually a bit thicker. Oops, that's supposed to go that way. That's okay. We're making it thicker. This Mimikyu looks downright evil. Oh my word. Then the string disappears behind that leg. There we go. Oh my gosh. This is the kind of creature that will absolutely murder you in your sleep. Like, look at that. There is no way that this creature would all go ahead and wait for you to be awake or any kind of polite. Okay, okay. Shadow. Now, how are we wanting to do this? Shadow there. kind of want to leave the eyes alone. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll leave the eyes alone. We'll just shadow everything else. Just like, congratulations, it's coming for you. Now we got some cheek puffs. Choo-choo. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Can we not get murdered by it? This feels like a good option. We just run away. We ignore it. Let's be good. That was the wrong brush. Oh well. Let's run like that. Now we accept the larger brush. And I think we'll do 2 layers of shadow for the Mimikyu's costume. I think we're going to need it. And apparently we need more paint. Wrong brush. There we go. Come on. Same color? Same color! Glorious day. So, hopefully... Like, do I have any cards that produce scions? Oh gosh, now I'm real... Oh! Thank you! I'm glad she likes them. They've been a lot of fun to paint. There we go. And I would absolutely be painting more of these in the future if we have opportunity to. Like, doing the card paints is a really nice change of pace than painting minis. So taking the opportunity to do it is quite a fun time, I think. There we go. Okay. Let's see about getting everything else. Now, we got hard shadow and through like that. And like this. Now, technically, I'd probably normally mix in a bit of, I don't know, red? Maybe purple? With the yellow to muddy it down, make a shadow. But I think for this, it's probably good because it contrasts the blue really well. And it makes it really stick out. So in this case, the shadows, they're not true to life. But they're doing a completely different job. They're doing their job, just not in the way they're expected to do it. Then we have that curving over that way. And curving back. Aha! Blurg! Perfect. Okay, now I think we can add the rest of the black. So we got like the little bits on Mimikyu's ears, and then his eyeballs, and then I think we're done. Yay! Yeah, it's a vibe. Alright. Now, I figure for the eyeballs this time, what we're going to do is we are going to use the ink pen instead. Where is it? There it is. And this way, there's something. Oh my gosh. That squirted everywhere. No ink on my fingers before we touch anything. Are we good? Yep. We are good. We are safe. We are not putting ink in funny places. Brilliant. Alright. First step. Make sure that there is no ink bubble on the pen. Now we are good to go. Now, with the legs being crustacean-like, I figure we can go ahead and make them all jaggedy. I think that'll be fun. Oh. Now, like a big here. Then we got a leak here. Then it disappears off into the abyss. We are not following my very own instructions about going left to right. This is not working. Oh no. Like, generally speaking, I would say dogs have good reasons for being dramatic. Okay, and if we go ahead and we use the dip pen to actually, like on this one, we add extra details, I think that would be cool. Come on. Because I think these legs absolutely deserve some texture. There we go. Ah! Oh no. Oh well. The internet is what the internet is. Like, it is my eternal worry that one day I'm going to tip over my own ink bottle while I do something like this. Like, I used to make myself my own inkwells, and I'd be like, aha! Now this won't happen. Only thing is, I have lost them all. Because, like, of course I have. There wouldn't be any other sane, reasonable, or logical reason not to, right? There we go. But, like, it's fine. Okay. Oh! Oh my gosh. There we just need some scribbly eyes. There we go. That is so much easier than drawing it with a paintbrush. Oh. Ba-da-ba-da. Perfect. I love it. 10 out of 10. We can officially call this a success. And I think with that, we shall call it a day. We have 2 mimics. Mimikyus even. Looking fantastic. Wait. There we go. Ta-da! I feel incredibly worried if either of these come after us. Like, they seem even more dangerous than your average Mimikyu. Something. So, we will go say hello to someone. Yeah. And therefore... yeah. We'll have a good time. Oh. Petrific Goblin streaming. An art stream. We'll go say hello. Bye-bye. Two, one, bye.